everyone. Welcome back to Beauty in the Broken. This channel exists to help us remember to seek beauty in everything because it's always there. And I want to say thank you to all of our new subscribers. Okay, so these are bookmarks that I made by dipping a bookmark template or blank in paint drippings. So when I did some paint pours, I had some drippings left over, and there's no sense in wasting all of that. So I had these blanks and decided to try to make something beautiful out of the mess created by tilting paint. So we have these two bookmarks, and they've both been dipped, and we're just going to add the resin to the tops of these bookmarks. Now, I will say in advance, obviously this is a voiceover, so I've done this, I've watched this, and I did not have enough resin. I will tell you straight up front, there was not enough resin to do this. So, but we're gonna go through it and show you what I did, because at the end, I actually did some more that came out much better. So I'm using a Let's Resin stir stick silicone stick to spread the resin evenly over the bookmarks. And you want to get a good even coat on the bookmarks or whatever you're covering, because resin does pull in from the outside, and you'll see at the end why I'm making that point right now. But you do want to get a good solid coat of the resin on the whatever you're covering. And I have these elevated on top of those little medicine cups so that any drips will end up on the silicone mat that I have here from Resiners. Unfortunately, with not enough resin, there weren't a lot of drips. So I'm actually going to speed up the footage here in just a minute, because you don't need to see all of the time that it took to spread these out, because it really took it took a long time. But the other thing that you want to make sure you pay attention to is there's obviously a hole at the top of the bookmark to put a tassel when it's done. So you don't want a lot of resin to get in there. You want to take the resin all the way up to the hole in there. But you don't necessarily want to get a lot of resin in there, otherwise you won't be able to fit the tassel in. So those two are now done, and I'm using the heat tool to get rid of any bubbles to help it spread more evenly. So I will come back with the final results with what they look like, to show you both the mistakes and the successes that I had with other bookmarks that I made. Actually, you can see them over to the left there. Those are the ones I will show you completed in the next part of this video. So, all right, thank you. We'll see you in a minute. Okay, here we are with the dried results of the bookmarks that you saw me film earlier. And I wanted to show a couple of things. I did some more than the two that I filmed myself doing, but these are the two that I filmed myself doing. And you can see, let's look at this one. If you can see, the resin pulled in, and it didn't fully go to the ends. And you can see it up here and on this side as well. So I'm gonna have to redo that. And the same, this one's a little bit better, but you can see a little bit here. But look at the shine. Look how glossy that is. That is amazing, an amazing finish. This one, similar from the same paint, this one came out a lot better, but you can still see there's a little stippling. It's not perfect, but this one is mostly covered on the edges. And look at that, you can actually see the glitter that is in the paint. I used a green glitter paint in here, and it really brings that out. So this was another one that I did, different colors. You see those in there. This time, you can see the edges much better. what I did with this one and these is I taped the back. And so what that allowed me to do was to kind of make sure that it went all the way to the edges. So let's just take that off now. And assuming I can get my fingernails under the tape. There we go. So it just peels right off. And there's still a little bit of paint that needs to be cleaned up off the backs of these. But now you can see the edges. I'm bringing it a little closer. The edges are fully resined. So that's how I will do the rest of them. Oh, I do have a little bit here that does need to be sanded off, but other than that, look at that shine. All right, so let's look at these two. This was a different painting that I did, and look at that copper that's in there. That is just amazing. That resin really brings that shine out. I know you see the glare of my lights. Try to turn it. But you can also see, if I hold these up, the resin went all the way to the edges this time. And I think having that tape there just really helps to, I don't know, I guess give you the freedom, the confidence, whatever you want to call it, to just make sure that resin gets all the way spread out. And again, let's just take this tape off the back. And it's still smooth. Oh, there's a little weak. Oh no, that popped right off. So see, look at that. That is gorgeous. And lastly, let's take the tape off of this one. So I have a few more of these metal bookmarks left. So each time I do a painting, I'm going to, what I'm doing is I'm dipping them into the drips of the paints. So that's what's creating this pattern, random pattern on the bookmarks. So we'll get that little piece in a minute. But there, that just cleans right off and does not take the resin with it. So there you go. Oh, there, I did miss a little bit on that side, but look at that shine. It is gorgeous. It's like a glass finish. So anyway, I will be doing more of these. Every time I do a painting, I will create some bookmarks, and we'll have lots of different colors and varieties. Of course, they'll be one of a kind, but because you just cannot exactly reproduce it. But yeah, so, you know, drips are things people just throw away. They just clean up and wipe up and you know, because they're a mess. They just clean up the mess. But in line with the mission of this channel, found beauty in the mess, in the broken drips, and created these beautiful bookmarks. So remember, always look for the beauty because it's always there. Bye.